I'm Natalie Savona, mum, author and food expert. I'm passionate about how we can eat healthily, save money and be more thoughtful about where our food comes from. I'll be meeting the people pioneering new ways food can be grown, sold and eaten. Putting people before profit and creating a more responsible food system. These are the Food Rebels. Today I'm at Organic Lee, a community food project in Chingford on the outskirts of London. The members and volunteers here produce tons of fruit and vegetables and salads and herbs that are sold and distributed locally. And every Wednesday, dozens of volunteers turn up. They come from all walks of life and each has a good reason for being here. I'm here to find out more about the project and what makes it such a special place for so many people. This is Hawkwood Nursery, Organic Lee's HQ. Here they have 12 glorious acres of growing space, an acre and a half of which are under these glass houses. It serves as a base for all their cultivation activities and their work off-site, encouraging others to get started on their own growing projects. First up, I joined volunteer coordinator Farouk in the weekly veg box pack. So how long have you been here, Farouk?
I've actually been in the role as volunteer coordinator for the last few months, since the beginning of November 2015. I've been involved here in various ways, mostly in a learning capacity since the end of 2012. I was unemployed at the time in 2012 and not sure what I wanted to do with myself. Quite liked gardening, and so I did some volunteering and I found out that there were courses here offered through the local council, adult education courses, and signed myself up for that.
Well, I bet you never thought you'd be standing here coordinating everyone.
No, yeah, I don't quite coordinate everyone, but yeah, I didn't think that at that time, no.
So, yeah, tell me about the overview of the project.
I mean, in particular, the box scheme, it's an opportunity for farmers who are outside of London to have a market here. By having a box scheme where people in the local community subscribe to a weekly bag of produce.
The boxes don't just contain produce from Organic Lee's site.
It gives a chance for organic growers who are just outside London or further afield to have a market, you know, and it's much more cost effective for them to drop, you know, a large order of produce to one place where then we can then distribute it locally. In a sense, it's we're kind of a link between farmer and consumer.
What's the sort of key mission statement, if you like?
We're sort of challenging the current status quo of the food system and how that works in supporting local growers, but not just any local grower, but local growers who grow with methods that are sustainable. So we're certified by the Soil Association, certified to be organic in our practice of growing here, as well as being able to trade and pass this produce on.
Next, I chatted to volunteer veg packer Anita. So how long have you been volunteering here?
Nearly 2 years.
And what drew you here?
The outdoors,
Yeah.
the great outdoors, and being involved in this kind of packing operation. I really like it. I don't actually work outside, but packing these bags, the sort of cooperative aspect of it really appealed to me.
And what do you feel you get out of it?
All these wonderful people, it's just a fantastic group of people. Just working in this kind of system is great fun. The lunches that we have are marvellous. Well, it's like being in a little bit of utopia.
Really?
Yes.
Utopia?
Yeah.
Wow.
It just feels, because it's not the competitive rat race world, is it? I mean, there's a whole different range of people here. Nobody's competing for anything. It's just working together on something that's really, that we all need, food, down to earth. it's just, that's just very unique. That's very nice. That's what I take away from here, and it helps me, sets me up for the rest of the week.
Co-op member Kristen is a former box scheme trainee who now works on the distribution side of things.
When I first came, I was like wowed by how welcoming the space was and how much I picked up in a day, and it kind of really satisfied that urge that I had to want to talk about vegetables with lots of people, and not all of my other friends were as understanding to my desire to talk about cabbage. The colleagues that I work with as well, it's kind of an extension of your really close friends and family, and volunteers who come every week as well. We kind of always have a lot of fun whilst getting a lot done at the same time, as you can see. But then the amount of things that I've picked up and learnt since being here, I think during the traineeship course, or towards the end of it, I also did the level 2 course here, and then just finding about a lot of the wider issues around organic food and farming, small-scale farming in the UK, and all of the other things that come with that. I've definitely learnt a lot, and continuing to at the same time. That we couldn't do a lot of the things that we do without the support of this community around us. Like you can see how many hands are here on the box pack, and these guys come every week, like very dedicated to help us pack our veg bags and to ensure that we can get 350 to 400 bags of fruit and veg out into the community every week. And if we didn't have this, then the setup would be very different and probably kind of a lot more demanding on ourselves as well at the same time.
In the kitchen, a dedicated team prepares a delicious, healthy lunch for all the volunteers, co-op members and its guests every Wednesday, under the leadership of cook Caroline. They try to use as much produce grown on site as possible.
Sandra.
Hello.
Yes. Yes. Chelsea fan.
Okay, and this is your own garlic?
Yeah, this is all grown at Hawkwood, and we've got masses of it. Well, we've used those already. Yeah. Wow. So we always have garlic each week in everything.
Can I get chopping?
Would you?
I can never have too much garlic in a dish. Other people obviously disagree. How long have you been volunteering here, Stephen?
4 or 5 years, I suppose. A friend of mine said I'd enjoy it, so I popped up and did an induction day and spent most of that time out in the garden. But then about a year ago I discovered there was this easy number in the kitchen just sitting around chatting. And I sort of failed to get back out to the garden since.
Number. None of that back-breaking stuff in adverse weather conditions.
That's ostensibly why I'm here, as a green gym, but actually the reality is I'm here for a social event where I don't get too cold and I get a nice lunch.
What do you love about Organically?
Oh, well, it's the people you work with. I mean, we're all different, but we all accept each other as we are. We just all like work as one, like one big family. During Christmas, I made the speech in front of 70 or more people, and if I hadn't have been here, I couldn't have done that. And that set me up for the interview that I had on Monday. That gave me more confidence to walk in to say what I needed to put together. And my son, my son's got learning difficulties, he has. He's in the packing area. He's more confident as well now. He's learning how to handle money as well. He's doing everything that I couldn't teach him in school. Now, I totally respect everyone that comes here to work here, because they work hard to keep this going. Where in the job centre, they know nothing about respect, nothing at all. They put people down, but here, nobody gets put down no matter what.
The kitchen team's hard work transformed itself into a delicious vegetarian feast for 60 people. Pasta with purple sprouting broccoli, kale and masses of Hawkwood garlic. I sat next to John at lunch, a former salesman who came to volunteer at Hawkwood and now runs his own gardening business. What I'm struck by, just in a few hours here, is how passionate everyone here is about this place.
It's because it's had such a big impact on each individual, and I really see how it does. It's facilitated a change that I wanted to make, but would have found absolutely a real uphill struggle if it weren't for Organic Lee being that guiding hand.
I was so impressed by the impact the project has had on everyone involved. Join me after the break when I find out more about the lives which have been changed by Organic Lee. Welcome back to Food Rebels. I'm at Organic Lee, an inspirational community food project in Chingford on the edge of London. The vegetables packed in the morning head off on Organic Lee's milk float to hundreds of households and restaurants in the Waltham Forest borough. Organic Lee also run 2 fruit and veg stalls in North and East London, where their produce is sold directly to the public. I'm learning to let in all the laughter. Back at Hawkwood, I was helping Gustavo harvest chilies in the glasshouse. And what's your role here?
My role here is basically assisting with the greenhouse.
Yeah.
And basically helping out on different plants, different greenery areas around the whole area. So yeah, that's my part.
And what are you doing today?
Today we are harvesting chilies, different types of chilies from around the world. We harvest them and we put them on this little crate right here. Then we dry them, and then we basically package them up and stuff, and then clean them, and then we sell them, to the customers that we have.
And are you a volunteer here?
No, I'm basically doing a work placement.
Oh, okay.
I did volunteer here for like 10 weeks, and and then I had an interview, and then they liked me so much I have a job here now. So now I'm just now I'm doing something I like, basically working with Mother Nature. Some people have my work placement, but they also move up to like teachers, or there's a different, there's other doors open for you to, explore.
And what do you like about being here?
The people, the environment, the community. It's different. It's not like, in the city where people are like stressed over there. Here it's like everyone's just friendly. You could have a chat, you could work and chat, and I just love it. It's just a different, the energy around here is just so, different and new, and you learn about different plants and like how they grow, and you actually gain a lot of knowledge.
Next, I was outside coppicing willow with Jay, a former growing and production trainee who's been coming here for 2 years. How often do you manage to get down here?
Well, I've just finished a traineeship in December, so I was here about 2 or 3 times a week at that time.
Oh, right, okay. And what was the traineeship?
Growing and production.
And is that something you're now looking to carry on in terms of, a way to make a living?
Part of it, yeah. I mean, it kind of will be the core of what I want to do. So I've done quite a few things here. I've done garden maintenance course. Then I do the body scheme, which is what I'm really interested in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's combining horticulture with, using horticulture as therapy. It's run every year. And whoever wants to join joins it. And it's about supporting people with extra needs, work on the site, basically. And those can be, and we say extra needs, but they could be anybody, because anybody can need a buddy, whether it's a volunteer or a collective member. We all have bad days, or bad times. So, and we're also buddies to each other as well. So.
And what do you get out of coming here?
It's been part of a community. It's learning, because you're always learning something. It keeps you fit, keeps you happy.
Why do you think it keeps you all so happy?
Just being physically fit and being outside. It's, everyone here is in, if they don't start off in good shape, they end up in good shape.
Yeah, you can't work here if you're not really
it's a natural course of things. So you'd be surprised how many people come here who don't actually like vegetables. And then they learn, and just eating the lunch, they learn to eat vegetables, and then it filters off into other areas of their life, So when they go shopping, they think about it more. It just, it becomes a lifestyle.
Back inside the glass house, I helped mix compost with Nasheen, another volunteer. How did you end up coming here to start with?
I came in on an induction day and loved it here, so stayed.
What did you love?
The whole atmosphere,
Yeah.
the whole workplace, all the people around you.
And what do you think you get out of coming here?
Number one, the top of the list would be one good day of exercise.
This is your gym.
Mini gym.
Yeah.
Gym in disguise.
Yeah, really. Have you made any particular friends here?
A lot of
Yeah.
friends, a lot of friends. Well, I've started seeing a lot of people from here outside as well. So we'll meet up, we'll go out, have meals, drinks, invite them round for dinners, invite them to parties. It's really nice to socialise. There's really, really good characters here.
And presumably everyone's meeting the sort of people that they wouldn't necessarily come across in their normal walks of life.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely 100% correct there. Half of the people I've met here, I wouldn't normally bump into them and talk to them, but in this environment, you talk to everyone and get to know everyone. And because there's so many different departments to work on, you can do the kitchen, food packing, gardening. I'll be in the kitchen 1 week, I'll be in box packing 1 week, I'll be in the gardening 1 week. It depends what area needs covering, but it doesn't matter what department you're working on, you always bump into really nice characters, really nice people to work with. And the place here, it's just really, really lively, warm, it's really cozy. In this environment, you talk to everyone and get to know everyone.
That seems to be the real principle running through everyone's contribution here, even if they don't know that they're teaching sometimes. Everyone's learning,
So true.
but actually, you know, even the most unlikely person might be teaching. You're teaching in a way that people can see of like the cooking, but even in a conversation it sounds like, you know, you might not realise what you've inspired in someone or something.
Absolutely. That's one of the other reasons I love coming here, because you never know what kind of conversation you get into. You don't realise how much you're learning. And when you go home and you unwind and you relax, it just brings a big smile on your face of knowing that you've actually achieved more than what you came in for.
I also spoke to Claire, who specifically looked for a part-time job so that she could fit in her volunteering at Organic Lee.
I find that when I'm talking to people about it, I'm quite evangelical almost. It sounds a bit like a cult, that, you know. And I think the fact that people do come here and just keep coming back and trying to find new ways to keep up involvement with it, really. But it's also, it makes for a nice, constantly kind of evolving group of people. That it's never the same group each week. There's similar or familiar faces, but there are people who kind of come for a few weeks and then might not come for a while, and that there's no great pressure to come week on week.
Claire was also full of praise for the people running the co-op.
The Organic Lee staff, the small group of them who are here, are so knowledgeable and so enthusiastic. I was going to say passionate, but passion is used too much, but they really are about helping other people to understand more and to build up people's capability of you know, doing little things at home on their kind of balconies or whatever, to get people interested in food, because people come here by all different, you know, for all different reasons, but they just seem to knit it all together really, really well. I think just that nothing is forced, and that you can go at your own pace, and that, as I said with the buddy scheme, that was designed to help other people who might have kind of more barriers to participating to be able to come here and to carry out tasks to the best of their abilities without someone kind of correcting them on things or telling them that they're doing it wrong. It's a really nice ethos, and I think if there were more projects like this around, it could only be a good thing, really.
I ended the day by chatting to Anel, a co-op member who works on Organic Lee's outreach projects. She told me a bit about what they do off-site.
So off-site, we work mainly with other partner organisations to reach, I guess, how to reach communities through them, and take what we do here to the places where people live and work. You know, for some people it's just really about their soft skills and their confidence talking to others. For other people it might be really about discovering the world of work, discovering employability skills. We don't have the resources to employ everyone here, but how can we support people to create livelihoods out of their passion? So through that, some things have emerged, like this Farm Start program that we're currently running, which is about us supporting these new growers to access land, which is not an easy thing to do in London, to set themselves up as commercial small-scale growers. So when we say growing people, we mean allowing people the space to grow their confidence, to grow their skills, to grow their networks, and it is really about empowering them to do it themselves through facilitating it by the resources that we are lucky to have.